What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is John. Today I have for you a convenience good. That's right, today we're going to be talking about the Apple AirPods second generation. You can pick up on Amazon for $159. You can also pick them up at Best Buy, and you can also pick them up, obviously, at the Apple retail store. I do suggest Amazon because that's where they are the cheapest currently. They are about $159 on Amazon. They will come out to about $170, $175 after tax, depending on where you live. I happen to pick these up at Best Buy for $169. I wanted them same day. If I would have ordered them on Amazon, I would have saved a couple of bucks, but I wouldn't have gotten them until the next day. So yes, if you want them same day, go to Best Buy. You can pick them up for $169. If you don't mind waiting till next day but want to pay a lesser price, go to Amazon. And if you don't mind paying 200 bucks for these bad boys and want to pick them up along with your iPhone or iPad or whatever from the Apple store, then go ahead and do that. Pick them up at the Apple store. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the Apple AirPods second generation after the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max that were unveiled about a week and a half ago at the Apple event in Cupertino at the Steve Jobs Theater, which, boy, I really want to go to one of those events one day. So if you can, give this video a like, a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, because the more that you help me out, the more of a chance I will have to attend one of those events. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a video after the iPhone 11 Pro Max of the Apple AirPods second generation, and we're just going to talk about them and talk about some things that I like, some things that I dislike. We're going to talk about their compatibility with Android. We're going to talk about, like I've said, we've already talked about the price. We've already talked about some other things. We're going to talk about the sound quality first and foremost, because that's the reason why you're here, is because you want to know if they sound decent or not. So I picked these up, like I said, at Best Buy for $169. You can pick them up on Amazon for $159. There are always deals on the Apple AirPods, and so keep your eyes peeled for them. We did not get a third generation Apple AirPods, and let me explain why I believe we did not get a third generation Apple AirPods. It's actually really good that we didn't get a third generation, because it allowed the price of the second generation to go down a little bit. And it also, I mean, if we would have gotten a third generation, the price for the second generation would have gone down anyway. But the reason why I think we didn't get a third generation Apple AirPods was due to the fact that the United States and China are in the middle of a trade war right now. And Apple is also in the middle of that trade war, because they're the most valuable company in the world and they produce all their products overseas in China. So I think if they would have come out with a third generation AirPods, we would have gotten noise cancellation, we would have gotten an ambient pass-through feature, we would have gotten better water resistance, all of which would have driven the price up to probably around $250. If we actually look at the Sony WF-1000 XM3s, they come with those features. They are not water resistant, but they go for about $230. So obviously the wireless charge case would have carried over to the third generation, pushing them up to $250, I believe, which with the new tariffs on Apple products would have driven the price up tremendously, to a point where people probably would not have bought them and would have probably bought the second generation instead, which is the reason why I think Apple did not unveil a third generation Apple AirPods. Okay, so what are some things that I like about them, and what are some things that I dislike about them? Well, what I love about them is their convenience. So they integrate so well with Apple products. It doesn't matter if you've got an iPad, an iPhone, an iPod Touch, a MacBook, you're gonna get that seamless integration across all Apple products that you just don't get with other brands, with other Android devices. You can connect them to an Android device, but you're not gonna get that integration. You're gonna have to go through Bluetooth, connect them that way, and even then, you're still not gonna get like the battery indicator. So like on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, if you swipe to the left all the way, and you go to your widgets and you scroll down to batteries, you can see the charge case percentage, and you can see the percentage that your earbuds themselves have. You do not get that feature with Android. You're pretty much flying blind, so to speak, when you are using these with an Android device. at that point, you're basically waiting for them to die, or you're just simply charging them. What's different about the AirPods first generation between the second generation, and this is important because when you do go and buy them, you're gonna either wanna opt for the first or the second generation, and you're gonna wanna know the difference. So the first generation does not come with a wireless charging case, and it's also not water resistant. The second generation is water resistant and does come with a wireless charging case. You cannot tell the difference between water resistance, obviously, because that's something that's built in, but you can tell the difference between the charging case, which will help you make the decision in the end. The charging case on the Apple AirPods second generation comes with a blue LED indicator light on the front of the charge case itself, which is visible from the package. You will be able to tell the difference between the first and second generation that way. If you do buy a pair of AirPods and don't have that wireless charging case or that LED indicator light, and that's something that you wanted, make sure you go back to the store right away and exchange them for the pair that you want. And also, when you go into a store, just ask somebody. So you all have come here for the sound quality, to know what they sound like, and they sound pretty good. They sound better than the EarPods. They sound better than the JBL Endurance Peak that I reviewed yesterday, and they sound better than the Sony WIC300s that I reviewed like a couple of months back that were 30 bucks, that were wireless earbuds you can pick up as an alternative to your Apple EarPods. These are amazing. They're amazing not because they sound amazing, but they're amazing because you just pop them out, throw them in your ear, and they connect right away and you can just listen to them. That's why they're so awesome. They're always charged up, and of course, they integrate so well with Apple products that you really can't tell the difference between these. I mean, they're so easy to use that they just make up for lack of sounding like the Bose SoundSport free wireless earbuds, which are also 200 bucks. What I don't like about them is that they're really not oriented towards sports. They are sweat resistant, so you can sweat in them. You don't have to worry about them breaking or like exploding in your ear or something crazy like that. But they do not have the little wingtips on them to keep them connected inside your earlobe. So if you are gonna go for a run with these, I would probably stray away from doing that because they likely will fall out of your ears. Would I have liked to have seen a black pair of AirPods? No, not necessarily, because even though I have had these for a few months, thankfully they did not come out with a third generation black pair of AirPods because I would have been enticed to buy them. So now that they are $169 or $159 depending on where you buy them, and the fact that they are still white, I feel like I've gotten a little bit of more of value out of them, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit more time out of them. We probably won't see a third generation AirPods till next year, sometime in October, so these should be good for about another year. They should be in style for another year, which is the reason why I think that you should buy them after the 11 Pro Max. These are a great pair of wireless sounding earbuds. They're not fantastic by any means, but they are a good sounding wireless pair of earbuds. They don't have noise cancellation, so I would advise maybe picking up a pair of over-the-ear headphones if you're going to travel with these and you want a little bit more privacy. You know, these will not block out surrounding noise, unfortunately. Anyways, guys, the Apple AirPods definitely are a buy after the iPhone 11 Pro Max. They sound great, they look great, they feel great, they work great. My name is John. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you in the next one.